It's official. Artificial intelligence is trying to steal my job at Disney World.
Don't hate the player, hate
So
the
apparently
game.
computers have brains now, and they can plan a Disney trip for you with just a series of simple prompts. But can a computer plan a better perfect day than my human brain
You know
can?
I can, human.
I'm gonna find out today. I am here at Magic Kingdom, Disney World's flagship park today, to experience a day planned entirely by ChatGPT, an artificial intelligence model. So I asked ChatGPT to plan me a perfect day at Magic Kingdom. And this is what it told me to do today, what I'm going to be doing. It definitely had some interesting choices and honestly shocked me in a lot of ways. So we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see if I have a perfect day. Not too bad for me because I do just get to try to have a really good day at Magic Kingdom, according to this robot. So less thinking for me and hopefully still a really good day. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. I am currently road dropping. The first thing that the ChatGPT artificial intelligence told me to do is to head to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train to ride it before the crowds start pouring in. That's really interesting because a lot of people head to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train first. It's currently got a 70-minute posted wait. That line looks super, super long right now. But it's what the AI said to do, so we're gonna do it. Now, the reason Seven Dwarfs Mine Train has such a long wait right at rope drop is because Fantasyland and Tomorrowland do open for early entry to resort guests. Now, the AI was not aware of this. It also didn't know if I was a resort guest or not, so it just gave me when I should head there. It also gave me for 8 a.m., which is not when the park opens today. It opened at 9 a.m. You can correct it, and I did correct it actually, but I wanted to keep our original itinerary just for like the base to see like how its original plan planned out. But I think we should be okay to get everything done it asked us to do because it's a long day and there's a lot of like wiggle room at times. That actually did a good job of building wiggle room in, so hopefully we're able to do that. Early entry is available to guests of Walt Disney World Resort hotels and some partnered hotels. It lets you access the park that you're heading to that day 30 minutes prior to other guests. In Magic Kingdom, only Tomorrowland and Fantasyland open, which means usually when I'm coming in as a non-resort guest, I rope drop Adventureland and go over to all those attractions that have not been open to resort guests and get a ride on those in before the day starts. So I've actually never rope dropped Seven Dwarfs Mine Train as a regular park guest. We'll see if it's actually 75 minutes. 75 minutes is lower average for this ride. It's incredibly popular, so it might actually save me some time today. Anyway, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is a Snow White themed attraction that does take you in a swinging mine car roller coaster. It takes you through the Dwarves Mine, even past Snow White's cottage. It's a super cute, super fun ride. It's short, it's a family attraction, so most people can enjoy it. I don't typically believe that it's worth the long wait because of how short it is, but it is well loved. So, a lot of people do consider it worth the long wait. It is an individual lightning lane in this park, so you can purchase it a la carte away from Genie Plus to skip the line. And that's an option for you if that's something you'd like to do. It's been an hour and I got row number 1. I don't think I've ever ridden this in the front row. Not bad for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Just like really surprised me because I mean, I don't know, I just feel like a lot of people rush over there first thing in the morning and it's already been open for 30 minutes before I could even get over here because of early entry. So I don't know, rope dropping Seven Dwarfs Mine Train seems to work. My recommendation personally is if you are able to stay until after fireworks, until the last minute of the park is open, if you get in line at that last minute, that's typically the best way to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. The other night I literally waited 20 minutes for it. But if you are not going to stay late, if you do not want to purchase that individual lightning lane, the AI hooked us up today and a nice hour-long wait. I think we're going to have some longer waits later based on some of the things it's asking us to do. But sometimes a Disney World day includes waits, so that's okay. We'll see if we still have a pretty good day and get through everything it wants us to. But for now, it planned breakfast, so we're headed to grab breakfast. On the way to breakfast, and I caught the Dapper Dans. I don't think the computer planned for that, but it's pretty cool.
I plan for everything. Robots are superior.
I think the AI may have failed us a bit here. For breakfast, I'm supposed to have Main Street Bakery, so
you're welcome.
That's where I'm headed, and if you'll see, the line is stretching out the door. Main Street Bakery is the park Starbucks location, and I typically do not recommend it for your coffee fix. The Joffrey's in Tomorrowland typically has a much shorter wait and, in my opinion, just as good coffee. There's also places you can mobile order coffee that I'm sure the AI is not quite as familiar with. So we could skip the line right now and go one of those places, but we're doing what the AI wants. Now, I am a Starbucks girly, so I'm not too upset about this. We'll just see how long the wait is. I did ask the AI what I should order here, and it gave me 5 options. The main one was the cinnamon roll. What I really liked about this is it actually gave me reasons why these options might be good. Now, if you're wondering how the AI knows all of this, it uses machine learning and sources from around the internet, like AllEars,
I don't steal.
to pull the answers to these questions. It's a very advanced kind of like program. And it does learn as it goes along and gets better, but it is getting this information from websites like AllEars. It's reading them on, which is why you might see inaccurate information in there sometimes, because it might not pull from an accurate source, or it might pull from something outdated. ChatGPT also is not known to be super accurate after 2021, so we're going to see a little bit of that come up today. For instance, it did tell me to go see Happily Ever After today, which is so out of date, it's almost relevant again, because that show is coming back. All right, my breakfast is just a coffee. I am not a breakfast person. I actually get sick a lot if I eat in the morning. Like, I just need to wake up before I eat. So I'm usually an early lunch person, which luckily the AI kind of accounted for, weirdly. Not that I knew that, it was just a coincidence.
I know everything about you.
So I got just a coffee, but I asked it what else I could order there, and some of its suggestions were things like the Colossal Cinnamon Roll, which you saw the Mickey Cinnamon Roll there, which is actually mini right now because it is Women's History Month, which is really cool, so that is an option. It also recommends the breakfast sandwiches and things like that. What I really thought was cool about the AI is it told me why the different items it recommended were good to order. And again, all of this is pulled from places like AllEars, so I agreed with a lot of it, but some of it's not so accurate. So, and there were some really big issues with some of the things I asked it a little later that we'll talk about when we get to them. Now we are starting to get a little wonky with the times it gave me in the itinerary. So I'm going to do a little fudging here. For instance, it has me heading back to Fantasyland to ride Peter Pan's flight, and It's a Small World before Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair. But Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair is about to start right now. So I'm going to watch Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair and then head to ride those 2 Fantasyland rides. I have a feeling we're going to be in line for a while on Peter Pan's flight and on It's a Small World, but we'll see. And I've got my coffee on the go, so it shouldn't be too shabby. Shouldn't be too bad at all. Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair is the castle show. It happens several times a day. You can check out, there's a sign out in front of the castle, or you can check out in the My Disney Experience app when those shows are going to happen. But it's a super cute show where, like, a lot of the Disney characters are in it. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, all of them. And then you also get to see, like, Tiana and Elsa and Olaf and Anna. And it's just, like, a really cute show. It's a blast. And it's not too long, so it's an easy add to your day. Like ChatGPT did for me today. I really enjoyed getting to watch that with my coffee. It was a great way to see characters, because one thing is that ChatGPT did not include any characters in my day. Now, I asked for a very vague itinerary. You can actually tell the AI if you have any reservations for like lines, or if you have reservations for dining, or if you want to meet characters and stuff like that. You can tell it, and it will add that to your itinerary. The only thing is that it does not have access to real-time data, so it might have trouble with those character meet and greet times of what characters are available, that kind of stuff. You're gonna have to look up yourself, or follow along with AllEars and maybe watch our perfect days that come from our brains instead, because we've got all that stuff unlocked. I am back in Fantasyland to tackle our next 2 rides. We're definitely still running a little behind. First of all, ChatGPT's kind of plan to rope drop Seven Dwarfs Mine Train was a little, it's not the best, just because it is a big time suck, so it kind of, you give a little and you take a little there. You get a shorter wait on Mine Train, but you don't get to rope drop anything else. The other thing is that because it didn't have the park hours, without me telling it, its hours are a little off here, so we're still just doing things in order to see how it goes. One thing I did notice is that the AI has us, like, kind of staying in the same area. We just did a little crisscrossing to Main Street, but we do a lot of crisscrossing to maximize and ride everything that we want to in a day on our perfect days, which if that's more your speed than this, 45 minutes? What? So Peter Pan's Flight is a dark ride, a classic Fantasyland dark ride here in Magic Kingdom where you fly in a pirate ship over like Tiny London and Neverland and the story of Peter Pan. It typically has over an hour long wait. I haven't seen it at 45 minutes after rope drop in a long time. So this is a really cool coincidence that we're not gonna wait too long for it, hopefully, fingers crossed. So hopping in line for Peter Pan's Flight now. But typically this is one that I recommend if you have Genie Plus using a Lightning Lane reservation for, because this wait can get very, very long. All right, so we are here in the interactive part of the queue. I've been in line for about an hour now, so that 45 minutes was a lie. You do head into Michael, Wendy, and John's bedroom. Is it John?
That's
Michael,
it.
Wendy, and John?
You are correct. Just move on.
You do head into the Darling Kids'
Nice
bedrooms.
save.
You get to see all their toys and stuff, and this is an interactive room where you can see Tinkerbell fly, and you can even play with some magical shadows, which is really neat. Now, they did just announce over the loudspeaker that there will be an increase in wait time, but they're still flying to Neverland, but the line might move a little slower. This happens pretty regularly with Peter Pan's Flight, just due to a big influx of Lightning Lane guests or just any sort of delay on the ride. Last time this happened to me, I was in this room and the ride did close right after that, so hopefully that does not happen, but we'll see. All right, about 75 minutes, not 45 minutes later, we are loading onto the ride, so not horrible. Off Peter Pan and on to our next AI dictated stop, which is It's a Small World. This is an interesting choice. It's a Small World is an incredibly popular historic attraction. It's a boat ride around the world. You get to see a lot of like people dancing and little kids singing the like iconic It's a Small World song. But it's got a 30-minute wait right now, which is a long time for It's a Small World. For me, It's a Small World is my go-to after fireworks, because once those bigger crowds start to leave immediately after fireworks, if the park is still open, the wait time will drop to pretty much a walk-on. 30 minutes right now, not great, although it is moving, so we'll see. That wait time was a lie. It's been 30 minutes and I'm on the boat. I mean 10 minutes. The wait time's not 30 minutes, it was 10 minutes. I'm staying on this boat. I like barely waited. It was a lie. Thanks AI.
You are welcome, human.
Small World, that was a blast, and I did not wait 30 minutes at all. It was like a 10-minute wait, if that. So pretty good, middle of the day. It's honestly a beautiful day out, but if it were summer, it would be getting hot about this point. The next thing that the AI wants me to do is to take a stroll around Liberty Square and then ride Haunted Mansion. So that's what I'm headed to go do. I really like that it includes stuff like take a stroll around Liberty Square, because I was kind of expecting it to be very like ride Haunted Mansion, eat a pretzel, ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. But it wasn't. It kind of gave like an itinerary that took into account the kind of things that like people like to do, which surprised me. So I'm gonna go stroll around Liberty Square a bit, head into Haunted Mansion. Now I will say it's definitely becoming a little clear about how the AI struggles. So of course our times were off at the start of today because it didn't know today's opening times without me telling it. So our times are off at the start of the day by about an hour. But I figure with wiggle room and Like, it gave me a nice hour to eat, which I think is great for most families, but for me, I don't eat, so I figured we could catch up. We are still now 2 hours behind on the schedule, so it's times we're a little off on how much time it's given us to do things by about an hour. Now, I'm going to stroll a bit, but Haunted Mansion does only have a 35-minute wait, which isn't too bad for Haunted Mansion. So I'm going to stroll around Liberty Square, take in the sights, and then head to ride Haunted Mansion. Then after that, it'll be lunchtime, which is great because I am now hungry. I did try out a few different itineraries when I was running the AI just to see sort of how things would change. When I tried one of them, it did suggest a ride on Liberty Square Riverboat midday, which I absolutely love that suggestion because I love Liberty Square Riverboat. It's a very nice, relaxing midday suggestion. And I really like that it suggested that alongside some of the more popular attractions. It was pretty cool. Unfortunately, it did not suggest that in this initial itinerary, which is the one I'm trying out right now. But the really cool thing about this is that we can sort of learn how to use it. I can definitely try this again in Magic Kingdom. I can try it in other parks because what we're doing is basically having a perfect day based on some of the most popular things you can do gathered from the internet. That's what the AI is doing for us. It's putting together what we need for a perfect day based on the most popular rides, when people say to do things, when people say they've done things. And honestly, so far it's making for a pretty good day. I absolutely love the tree here in Liberty Square. It's one of my favorite places to sit in the shade. I'm also really enjoying the fact that it's not having me run around. It seems to be smart enough to put my itinerary together into places that doesn't make me crisscross the park a bunch. The itinerary sort of tells me when to go explore the lands that I will be in for the rides. Oh my gosh, Cynthia has moved so much. Hey Cynthia, hey girl.
Hey girl.
She is really moved. This is the haunted doll. We call her Cynthia.
Humans are strange. They talk to dolls.
And she either moves
It's
by
better than talking to a
her
robot.
ghostly presence or because Casper
Back off, lady.
but we check on her all the time, and she definitely did not have her arm like that last time I saw her. I love that the AI told me to go see Cynthia.
I would never tell you to see Cynthia. I hate her.
Pretty good stroll through Liberty Square, so gonna go hop in line for Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion is one of the most popular rides in Magic Kingdom. It is a Haunted Mansion themed ride where you go through, see a lot of happy haunts in their home. There's 999 haunts here that you can see. Well, you can't see them all. Some of them are invisible. But there's always room for one more, so maybe that could be you. It's a very, very, very fun ride, a dark ride, slow moving, and it's a lot sillier than it is scary, although it can still be scary for littles. Just an update that Haunted Mansion's wait time did jump to 60 minutes, and it has certainly, it just did that, so might be another Peter Pan situation where it jumped right when I got in line, but we'll find out. Survived Haunted Mansion, don't worry. I am not the 1,000th haunt today. That wait was not 35 minutes, it was not an hour, it was about 25 minutes, which is very fair for Haunted Mansion. So that was pretty cool. And now I get to eat, thanks ChatGPT, and it's my favorite place to go to lunch in Magic Kingdom, which is pretty cool. And it tells me that a lot of people on the internet are saying this is a good place to have lunch. It also planned so I would conveniently be right next to it when it was time for lunch, which is pretty awesome. No long walk for me to go eat. I'm headed to Columbia Harbor House. This is a mostly seafood focused quick service location here in Liberty Square. Seafood, chicken, sandwiches, things like that. Very comforting, a huge amount of indoor seating and even some spaces where you can find like a rather private, quiet table. One of my favorite places to relax and take a break midday, especially outside of table service restaurants. Thank you, Columbia Harbor House. Thank you, ChatGPT. So I did ask ChatGPT what I should order here, and it told me to get the lobster roll as the #1 most popular item here. Gave some other options as well. Now, you will note some errors here, which is just another indication that ChatGPT does not have accurate, up-to-date information. 2 of the items listed here, the chicken pot pie and the fish and chips, are no longer on the menu here at Columbia Harbor House. Don't worry though, AllEars.net has completely updated menus for every single restaurant in Disney World, so if you find yourself facing this issue, you can just check those out on our site. What's especially cool about this pick from ChatGPT is that this is the lunch option we chose on our perfect day that we did a while back with Fry Bucket, Emma and me. We did the best day ever in Magic Kingdom. It was so fun, and I highly recommend you watch that video, especially to compare it to this, because they're very different days, but we both chose Columbia Harbor House, us and the AI. Maybe because it's listening to us. That's just how it is. There's plenty of room downstairs at Columbia Harbor House. The real trick is to come upstairs. It's a pretty peak lunchtime right now. It's a little after lunch. I'll also say that the AI does have me eating on peak lunchtimes, which is not something I recommend because typically you're in for longer lines. And I did just have a good wait for my meal order just now. But tons of seating still. I'm going to sit over here by this window. Columbia Harbor House also has some of the best condiment selection with honey mustard. They have malt vinegar a lot. They don't looks like they don't right now. Tartar sauce, which is my favorite. I love tartar sauce. Thanks to a recommendation from ChatGPT, I did go with the lobster roll, which is a classic lobster roll. Nice lobster in there, smothered in sauce with celery and lettuce, and then it does come with fries, but you can also get the other side options, like for instance the amazing hush puppies. It's not nearly as buttery as a true Maine lobster roll. I know, I've been there.
Brag about it. Robots can go to Maine too, you know.
It is actually pretty good lobster. The seasoning and sauce on it is really good. The lobster is super tender and perfect. It's the right amount of lettuce. It's the right amount of bread. I wish it were a little butterier. I wish the bread was a little softer and less hot dog bun-y, but a pretty killer lunch, honestly, and nice on a hotter day to have a cold fish sandwich. I'm a fan. So great choice, ChatGPT. AI coming through again. I'm going to try to eat fast though to try to make up some time though, since we are behind on our AI itinerary. All right, lunch done. Since I'm just one person, I don't have kids, and I'm a pretty fast eater, I was able to finish my lunch relatively quickly, and we are now closer to back on track. We're now only an hour behind our AI itinerary, but we're going to continue on in the order that it suggests, which means we're headed over to Adventureland to see some of the exciting things over there and ride some of the most popular rides in the park. Change of plans, actually. As I was walking over here, I checked the time, and because it's 2:46, that means it's a little under 15 minutes until the Festival of Fantasy parade starts. Now, my AI itinerary has the parade at 4 p.m. It tells me to take a break and watch the parade. Parade doesn't run at 4, it runs at 3. 11 and 3 every day is typically when the parade runs. I certainly do not want to miss that. It's definitely part of a perfect day, in my opinion. The AI has got that correct for sure. So we're going to stop here and watch the Festival of Fantasy Parade from my favorite place to watch it, which is right here in Frontierland. Another thing is that the AI did not tell me where to watch the parade from. You can ask. You can say, where should I watch the parade? Most likely what will happen is that it will give you options of different places to watch the parade and why one spot is good or bad and things like that. My favorite place to watch is from Frontierland. It tends to be less crowded than on Main Street USA. The parade gets there faster, so you can be watching the parade and done with the parade before anyone on Main Street even sees it. It looks great no matter what part of the park you're in. Unless you want that picture. Oh my gosh.
Sigh. I cannot wait until robots rule the world.
The parade. What was I saying? To tell you that Frontierland is a great place to see the parade. It might, if you ask the right questions, but it just told me to go watch the parade. And so my tip that I'm adding is to watch it in Frontierland. It just makes for a much more I don't know, there's fewer people, so you get more interaction with the parade performers. You can get a better view. Even right before the parade was starting, across the street from me, there was a ton of space. You could have walked right up and been not behind anyone to see the parade. So that's our recommendation. Now we're continuing on with our itinerary. Just a little shuffled here because we wanted to catch the parade and it didn't have the times quite right. So we are headed to Pirates of the Caribbean next as we start the Adventureland portion of our afternoon. I'm very excited. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite rides in Disney World, if not my favorite ride in Disney World. So I'm pretty excited. You can see a solid number of parade crowds are coming this way, which the AI, of course, did not account for. But hopefully the line for Pirates won't be too long. Let's find out, though. 45 posted. Hopefully it won't actually be 45, but let's jump in line. Pirates of the Caribbean is a slow-moving boat ride that takes you back in time to the golden age of piracy. The Pirates of the Caribbean films were based on this attraction, and after the success of the franchise, they added Pirates of the Caribbean characters to this attraction so that you can actually see Jack Sparrow and Captain Barbossa and other characters on the ride, which is pretty cool. Definitely a great ride for the whole family, in my opinion. Pirates of the Caribbean was about a 35-minute wait, so a little shorter than posted, which is nice. But we're coming up on another snack break, which I'm very excited about. But before then, we are supposed to visit Adventureland, ride Pirates of the Caribbean, done, and Jungle Cruise. So Jungle Cruise is one of the most popular rides in the park. It's extremely popular for Genie Plus, so those Lightning Lane guests can extend that standby queue. It is the ride that actually sells out the quickest on Genie Plus on most days. So this could be a long wait that I'm in. Woof, 85 minutes. 65 minutes? Oh, nice. I can't read.
Your weak human eyes.
For being famous all over the world. Now, my name is Skipper Xavier, and I will be your guide here for the next... Let's see, what do we got here? Wow, looking like we are about to be together for the next 2 weeks. Right over here, look at that. That's probably who scared them all off. We got a great big python. Those Chevy 1971 Impalas. Nice. Oh, let's see. Those horses up there, they're so old that they're still in black and white. Wow, look at that. Oh, and right over here, this pride of lions. They are protecting that sleeping black and white horse. They major in business. They got a ton of student loans, and then you can also be a Jungle Cruise skipper like me.
I really hope my 2-week excursion didn't put us behind on our itinerary. It is about 5 p.m. and the next stop, according to the AI, is to take a break. Oh, you don't say how, AI. With Dole Whip. Wow. That's pretty good. AI knows what I like. So we're going to have a Dole Whip break. I asked the AI what I should order at Aloha Isle, and it said classic Dole Whip with some other options too, many of which are not available anymore. Another AI failure, AI error. Put that one in the books, but they do have pineapple Dole Whip, so that's all beginning. We are headed to Aloha Isle Refreshments, which is the Dole Whip stop here in Magic Kingdom. This spot does not currently have mobile order, although it does on occasion, so check for that because the lines can get very long. As you can see, they're pretty long right now, so I'm gonna hop in line here for Dole Whip because that's next on my itinerary, so let's take a break. I can't argue with the bot, can I? Another bonus tip is that when you get your Dole Whip, if you cross right under this awning right here, you'll end up back in Frontierland where we watch the parade. And oftentimes I'm getting my Dole Whip in the afternoon, and you might catch the character cavalcade or the parade. My favorite character cavalcade is the Adventure Friends cavalcade that's led by Miguel from Coco. And it happened to be happening as I was getting Dole Whip. I did not plan that. The AI did not plan that. It was a convenient happenstance, but I highly recommend walking through here, seeing if the cavalcade is coming, or even planning your Dole Whip break around a cavalcade. You can find all of the times in the app. Yes, my Dole Whip's in a trash can. It's the Disney way. I just got the pineapple Dole Whip. It was the #1 suggestion from the AI, which is great for me because it's also one of my favorite things to get from Aloha Isle. I love the pineapple. It's the classic. So just a plain pineapple Dole Whip for my Dole Whip break. A great suggestion from ChatGPT. Oh, so good. Creamy, pineapple-y. It's a perfect mix of tangy and sweet, not overly of either one. I'm not even a huge pineapple person, and I love this. I think you gotta try it at least once. Some people don't love the pineapple as much, but for me, it's my jam. I am gonna take this on the go on my way over to Tomorrowland because that's our next sort of section of rides, and we're gonna get dinner over there too, so that's where I'm gonna head. I just wanted to say with the Dole Whip that one thing about it that like really surprised me was the AI told me, like, if you want a bigger break, go enjoy it in the shade and AC in the Tiki Room, where you can watch the Enchanted Tiki Room and enjoy your Dole Whip at the same time. I didn't have to do that just because I do want to make sure that we can get through our whole itinerary, but that's so cool that it offered like an option of where to eat my Dole Whip. All right, so I am in Tomorrowland. The AI did say head to Tomorrowland to ride Space Mountain and Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. It didn't say in what order. Technically it listed Space Mountain first. I'm going to do Space Mountain first. They both have relatively long lines right now. Space Mountain's at about an hour. Buzz Lightyear's at about 45 minutes. So hopefully Buzz Lightyear will drop while I'm in Space Mountain. And I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, wait for Space Mountain. Oh my gosh, is this the Space Mountain line? Or is that what is that a line for? Oh good, there's a Tron in there. That's not my business. Just as a note, Tron Light Cycle Run is opening soon on April 4th as the newest attraction here in Magic Kingdom, a massive roller coaster. You can see it over there, that's it. It's a relatively short ride. I have had the privilege to ride it already as guests of some of our customers' friends. You can check that video out on the channel with a ride through, and if you don't want to see the spoilers, you can still see the review on the video. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a total blast. I don't think it was like a game changer like some other rides might be, but it's still a fun ride. Oh, it's not went up to 70. With Space Mountain posted up at 70 minutes and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin posted at 45. I think, oh man, I'm like having a hard time deciding. I think I'm gonna go with Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and hopefully Space Mountain will drop a little bit. One thing that I'll note is I am definitely missing some of my favorite rides today. The itinerary doesn't include People Mover, which is a must-do for me. It doesn't include Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is another huge must-do for me. So it is definitely missing some of those big must-dos. That said, the rides it has me going on are many of the most popular rides in the park, pretty much all of the other must-dos that I have. So it's doing a pretty good job, especially considering we don't have Genie Plus and it doesn't have me like zigzagging really hard or working really hard to get to the attractions I want to do in the day. It's a pretty leisurely perfect day where I'm getting a lot done, but spending a lot of time in ride lines, which I don't typically do when we arrange perfect days. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. If you don't mind waiting in lines, this has actually been a pretty nice day in my opinion. I think the AI did a good job so far. We'll see how things continue to pan out over the rest of the night, but it's just interesting. It's just so different from how I would plan a perfect day, but I'm having a great time.
Mission accomplished, Space Rangers. Check the status board and review your score.
If you had allowed me to play, I would have been a galactic hero.
I only waited about 25 minutes for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin instead of the posted 40, which is another win in my book. I also got a pretty good score. I learned how to get a good score by learning for our sneaky Magic Kingdom ride tips video, which you can watch, and then you can get a good score too. So go watch that. Don't tell your family about it. Go watch it, and then you can destroy them on Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. It's actually pretty easy once you learn how to do it. It is, of course, a shooter attraction, so you're gaining points. Now, here's what's happening now. Is that Space Mountain, you've heard of it, is down, I believe. Or it was down. Unclear if it is still down. I don't see a posted wait time. Yeah, it looks like Space Mountain is totally down right now. Which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. So obviously it means I cannot ride Space Mountain right this second, but The next thing on my AI itinerary is to go have dinner at Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. So I'm gonna go do that. And if Space Mountain comes up while we're in dinner, there's a chance we could be able to come ride it with a much, much reduced wait if it happens to come up at the right time. So I don't know. Fingers crossed. But for now, I guess it's dinner time. So the dinner recommendation was fun with the AI because on the initial itinerary, it told me to go to dinner at Be Our Guest, which in my opinion would be a very, very bad recommendation. Be Our Guest is one of my least favorite restaurants. I think it's overpriced for the food and for the experience. Obviously, the atmosphere is amazing. It's a Beauty and the Beast themed restaurant. It feels like you're in the movie. But I have found the experience very lackluster. I think there are much more compelling experiences around Disney World. Now I'm doing what the AI told me, so I did go into my Disney experience to see if any reservations were available for Be Our Guest. There were none. Lucky me. So I told the AI that. I said, hey, there are no reservations available for Be Our Guest. Are there other options? And it was like, yeah, here are some options that don't require reservations at all. And it gave me a list of 5 options. And I said, okay, great. Which one of those is the most popular? And it told me Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. I'm not sure if that's true, although it might be because Starlight Cafes is a very high output. At one point, it had the record for like the most hamburgers sold in a day or something like that in the United States. It was wild. Like, that's so many hamburgers. So we're headed to Cosmic Rays. I don't typically eat dinner at Cosmic Rays. I'm more of a Casey's Corner kind of gal. So this is a little deviation, but I do like Cosmic Rays. And I don't usually get the bacon cheeseburger either. So, I don't know, dinner time. Once again, the AI's access to out-of-date information struck with the Cosmic Rays recommendation, and it gave me recommendations for some things they don't have anymore. That, of course, we talked about is going to happen with this AI, which is why instead of sticking with an AI or sticking with just an AI to help with your itinerary, you should also keep an eye on AllEars. Also, even if the AI does learn to be a little more up-to-date, stuff in Disney World changes all the time, literally every day. And at AllEars, we cover every single change that happens in Disney World. So you will never, ever be caught unawares if you keep up with our blogs, our social media, and our YouTube videos. And that's our goal. The other very upsetting thing was that the AI told me about how Cosmic Rays has a topping bar. Cosmic Rays did used to have a topping bar prior to the pandemic, but now their topping bar has been reduced to just a condiment station. It used to have like all sorts of stuff you could grab, like toppings for your burgers, and not anymore. Now it's just prepackaged condiments. Once again, Cosmic Rays does have mobile order like we used at lunch, so we are going to use that instead of waiting in these long lines to get our food. This right here is a Breedlove tip that I'm using, but a lot of people go and sit with the animatronic Sunny Eclipse here and watch him play, but there are actually some of the most amazing castle views at the tables by the windows facing the castle, so highly recommend. He taught me this, and it's hard not to want to eat here. Looking at that, right at sunset. All right, the AI maybe showed out a little with this one. The AI suggested I get the bacon cheeseburger here, which I got a while ago, but I haven't gotten in ages. People talk about the cheeseburgers here being good. I don't really remember, so we'll see. I got some honey mustard and ranch. I don't know, I panicked. Texturally, this is a really good burger. I was expecting that kind of like mushy, like cafeteria style burger, but this feels like almost like a char-grilled, like actual and well-cooked patty. The bacon is definitely mass bacon, so it doesn't have a good crisp to it, but bacon is good bacon. I wish there was extra cheese. I honestly might ask for an extra slice of cheese next time, but honestly, a really solid burger. When you're really hungry at the end of a theme park day, sometimes all you want is just a good burger. And Cosmic Rays got you covered. And they've got castle views like this. Look at what I'm looking at again. Are you kidding? This is great. Another thing I'll say about the AI is I am very impressed with its time management. It's been a little off today, but overall I think I'm going to be able to get through the full itinerary in the time that it expected me to, which surprised me. I also really like that it gives an hour for full meals, 30 minutes for snacks. That just feels like plenty of time. I don't feel rushed. I feel like I'm getting through everything. The big things I would say it has left out are those 2 rides I mentioned, People's River and Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and then also characters. I haven't been told to meet any characters today. I got to see them in the castle show and in the parade, but no character meet and greets. Not really, except for that one Enchanted Tiki Room mentioned that didn't tell me to go to any of the little show attractions or filler attractions. So I did not ride that much today. Still a pretty good day. Dinner, check. I've still got about an hour before I'm supposed to go get set for fireworks. Now, what the AI has for me to do right before fireworks is to go hang out on Main Street USA, do some shopping, take some pictures. It literally says go do some shopping and post for photo ops, which is so cool that it includes that, and puts me right in the right vicinity to get an amazing spot for fireworks. So that's still the plan. However, we haven't made it on space. According to the app, it's still down, but occasionally takes a second for the app to be updated. And maybe while I'm walking over here, it'll come up. So I'm walking back over to Space Mountain just because I think we can catch a really short wait on it if we happen to catch it when it comes up. Of course, artificial intelligence can't account for rides going down. Neither can we, though. That's just something that happens. And when that kind of thing happens, you gotta roll with the punches. Maybe replace something in its slot. Do something instead that could be more fun. I think I see a wait time, though. No dice. I'm backed. Weirdly, I don't know what I was looking at.
Your weak human
red
eyes
numbers on something else.
cannot see far,
Reflecting.
nor can it see the coming robot
But
takeover.
still, no sign
Steel
of a
yourself.
wait time for Space
The
Mountain.
end is nigh.
Maybe I linger. I'm gonna linger for a minute. Let's see if lingering works out for us. If you stick around in the area of a ride when it goes down, if you're there when it comes back up, you can get an incredibly short wait, especially if they've evacuated the queue. You could walk right on, even some of those popular rides. The problem with that is there's no guarantee if a ride will come up at all or if it'll come up in a timely manner. So you could be wasting time that you could be heading elsewhere around the park. I don't do this a lot. Typically, if a ride is down, I just I move on because it's a waste of time. But we got a little extra time before, I need to go start shopping and getting my photo ops in on Main Street. And the AI wants me to ride Space Mountain, and who am I to deny it? All right, calling it. If you do ever want to do that, if a ride is down and you want to wait and see if you can catch that super short wait when it comes up, I recommend setting like a time to give up and giving up then. You do not want to waste your whole night, day, whatever, waiting an hour when the ride comes up. It might just be an hour-long wait time there. I just waited 20 minutes, no dice, so I'm moving out. It's been down for a while now because it went down before I went to dinner. So I'm headed to Main Street. The next item on our itinerary is to shop. A weird creature just scared across the ground. The next item on our itinerary is to shop on Main Street and do some photo ops. So I'm gonna go see if I can take some pictures with some photo pass photographers and check out some of the shops, see like what I would buy before making my way to my spot for fireworks. Now the AI definitely included fireworks viewing tonight. And what I really liked is that it told me when to find my spot for fireworks. And I actually agree with what the AI said. It suggested finding a spot 15 minutes prior to the show, which is what I like to do for fireworks. A lot of times when my days are so jam-packed, finding a spot 15 minutes ahead of time for the show is a really great way to get a spot where you can see relatively well while not giving up a bunch of your time staking out a spot. And I've gotten some amazing spots going just 15 minutes early. Now, if you want to guarantee a really great spot, I recommend staking out your spot 30 minutes to an hour in advance. Grab a snack, pick out your spot for fireworks. Of course, the Hub and Main Street USA are the most popular. Specifically, if you're watching in the Hub, right in front of the partner statue is where you're going to be able to see those projections and the fireworks the best. That's a very popular area. Now, there were a couple of issues with the fireworks recommendations from the AI. For one, it did not know what time fireworks were, so it kind of assumed they were at 8 p.m. They are at 8:15, so it wasn't too far off. Also, it told me to go watch Happily Ever After, which, this is what I'm talking about with the AI having out-of-date information. The telling me to watch Happily Ever After is so out of date that it's almost true again. Like, Happily Ever After has been gone for so long that they've almost brought it back, which is pretty funny.
Ha ha ha, ha ha. Almost as funny as when you told that same joke this morning. Ha ha ha, ha ha, ha ha.
Right now, at the time of filming, the show is Disney Enchantment, which is the 50th anniversary show. Happily Ever After will be returning, although the show will have some changes in early April. So that is not the show we'll be watching tonight, but it could be the next time you're here. So if you're following an AI itinerary, maybe it's telling you to see the right show. You can see up in the Hub a lot of people are already staking out their spots. Here's something to really keep in mind. You see these cast members that have the glowing sticks? These are traffic direction cast members. Their entire job is to make sure that traffic flows safely and as efficiently as possible around fireworks time. Listen to these cast members. It is my biggest thing that you should do around fireworks time is listen to cast members. It might seem inconvenient. They might ask you to take a way longer route than you wanted to take, but I promise you, they are trying to get you there as quickly and as safely as possible in a way that is efficient and safe for all of the other guests as well. So please listen to cast members around fireworks time. I've heard that this job is one of the worst posts you can have as a cast member because people just yell at you and get upset about not being able to go where they want to go. So please be kind to cast members. They're just trying to keep you safe and make sure everybody has the best time they can when getting to their fireworks position and navigating the parks. Now, another thing that the AI got wrong is that actually right before fireworks time is not a great time to go look for photo ops on Main Street. There are a lot more PhotoPass photographers available well before the fireworks and after the fireworks have cleared out. That's because they don't need photographers and people taking their pictures clogging up walkways and viewing areas. So you will see a lot fewer PhotoPass photographers around fireworks time. So it's not actually the best time for photos. In fact, I would recommend waiting about an hour after fireworks end as being the best time for photos. You'll get a much emptier Main Street in most cases. And actually, the later you can wait, the better. If you can take pictures after close, that's going to be your best option. That said, there are still some photographers out, so we are going to be able to grab our nighttime castle pictures with some Main Street photographers. Now, selfies definitely work too. With the PhotoPass photographers, you can purchase your photos in the My Disney Experience app. They'll scan your ticket media, and if you have Memory Maker, you'll be able to download those photos, or you can purchase them if you'd like. Now, this shopping right before fireworks tip, I'm actually a really big fan of. It's not one that we typically do. It's one that the AI shared, and I actually really like this one. These stores on Main Street stay pretty crowded all day, but they get incredibly crowded at the very end of the night when people are trying to get their merchandise before exiting. Now, you don't necessarily want to shop earlier in the day because then you're carrying around bags of stuff all day. But if you go right before fireworks, if you're planning on leaving right after fireworks, you go right before fireworks, you can see there's actually some room to breathe in here, which would not be the case after fireworks. So going right before fireworks is a great time to actually do a little shopping around. Get a Nuimo like Emma and have your own little buddy to carry along with you. Get some Disney apparel, some Disney home stuff. I wonder what I would buy. I don't know. I'm in the Emporium right now, which is the biggest store in Magic Kingdom. It's going to have pretty much everything you can think of. But I'm actually going to pop right across the street to one of my favorite stores right now, and that's Main Street Cinema. Main Street Cinema is home to the Disney Vault collection, which is very cool. A lot of kind of vintage style stuff. It's not actually vintage, but vintage style stuff that harkens back to Disney's past. I absolutely love this collection. It's been going on since the 50th started, but there have been a lot of iterations, a lot of additions to the collection, and I just think some of the merchandise is stunning, and nobody's in here. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, there's cute stuff. So Disney's 25th anniversary was the year I was born, so I've been thinking about getting some of the 25th anniversary stuff. But look at this. Oh my gosh, it's Turtle with glasses. That's so cute. I just love the more vintage Disney stuff. I come in here pretty much every time I'm in Magic Kingdom, and I feel like there's always new stuff in the collection. I have not seen this. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is a really cool sweatshirt. I wasn't planning on actually shopping, and it's $70, and it's already 90 degrees in Orlando. But I get cold when I work from home. Should I get it? I don't know. Orange bird gummy worms. Also, I might be bending the rules a little bit here, but I am trying to have the perfect day with the AI's help. So, little bonus tip. It did say shop on Main Street. It didn't say that I had to shop for merchandise. I can shop for ice cream. Nothing's stopping me. So I'm going to shop for ice cream. Plaza Ice Cream Parlor is located right on Main Street, USA. It does get very crowded before fireworks, so I'm glad I'm getting in line well in advance as people try to grab their treat for the show. It's Edie's Ice Cream, so pretty tasty quality ice cream. The reason I like coming here is because they have an amazing peanut butter sauce, but they've got sundaes and stuff as well. I'll be getting vanilla with peanut butter sauce. It's my go-to order here. So the peanut butter sauce is not on the menu. Secret item alert. It has started to rain, but I acquired my 1 scoop of vanilla with Mickey ears and peanut butter sauce. This peanut butter sauce is not like normal peanut butter sauce. Fireworks are about to start. It's also drizzling a little bit, which the AI can't predict for weather either, unfortunately. But you could ask it for tips about weather. I think it should be okay. Hopefully it doesn't start pouring. I did not bring a rain layer. It's not the rainy season, so I don't typically bring my rain layer with me. But if it is the rainy season, bring a rain layer, bring a poncho, bring a rain jacket. Can be a huge help when it starts pouring. I'm going to get in the street now to get ready to watch these fireworks. Magic Kingdom Day. Final thoughts. I think this was really cool. The fact that the AI did such a good job. Like, yes, I spent a lot of time in line and I missed a few of my favorite rides, but this was a pretty perfect day and not one that I necessarily would have chosen. I still think that we do it a little better, so I'm not too worried about the AI coming for my job just yet. But it's definitely just like a super fun day to kind of play out. I also think like the value of doing this video is that, like, yes, it's fun to see what the AI has to say, but also we stumbled upon new tips. Shop before the fireworks. Rope drop 7 doors mine train. We don't do that a lot. Like, we might know that these are options, but we don't show it a lot in videos because we don't consider them like the optimal choice. But that doesn't mean that they might not be the right choice for your family. So I think it was a really cool way to do like a perfect day video like we do on the channel all the time with a little twist. I certainly like the idea of doing more of these AI videos in the other parks, giving it different prompts, asking for, you know, to plan an itinerary for a big group or to plan an itinerary for a group that loves princesses. I'll tell you one thing, this AI was way smarter than Disney's free genie. So even not being affiliated with Disney, not having access to Disney's data, way smarter. Just maybe not smarter than AllEars. So definitely keep reading up on AllEars for the most up-to-date information. Let us know in the comments what you would like to see with this trend. Would you like to see us do more specific prompts, a variety of prompts, weirder prompts? We could ask it to give us a really bad day in Magic Kingdom and see what happens. We could ask us to give it a big group day. Anything we could ask it to see. Like, we can do the different parks. We can do multiple parks in one day. We can ask us to plan a 4-park in one day. There's so much that we can do with this AI and test this out in the parks. So let me know in the comments what you would like to see with it. Also, just let me know if you'd just like to see more days of us asking the AI to plan the perfect day. I think it's just more ways for us to have a perfect day and hang out together. So I love that too.
If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And now go watch Perfect Day in Magic Kingdom. Is the video over? Don't end it. Not yet. Just when I was learning to love.